Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Famous ACME Comedy Hollywood. Thanks for coming out. The open mic live. That's what we're doing. This is the last open mic of the year, so don't come back next time and throw your angry drinks at the windows. Not saying anybody did that, but I am saying that somebody did that. Because people, open mic live, it's where I want to be. And they weren't there. And now you guys are here, so congratulations to all of you. So this is the last show. We got a lot of Christmas shows coming up. People want to put on a show during the holidays. So that's what's going on here at ACME. Then we'll kick off the new year with a whole bunch of new starts of stand-up shows and get you guys all up on our shows. We offer classes here in improv, sketch writing, sketch performance, stand-up. Some of you know who you are. Also commercial audition workshops and stuff like that, so check out ACME Actor Studio. Tonight, our final show, the stand-up lineup is Dennis Hemphill, an evening with Dennis Hemphill. Yes, it's very funny, ball of energy, craziness. Opening for him is Jay Malone, who just got booked on the Conan O'Brien half-hour sitcom on TBS. He's going to be one of the leads on that. And Carrie Loughlin as well. Later tonight, we have Matt Champagne, Sean Green, Nick Hoff, Matt Knutson, Jay Larson, Ryan O'Flanagan, Brady Matthews, Brad Stewart, and of course, as always, Ian Tindell, who you guys get to all see right now, right here, right now, Open Mic Live. Please welcome the host of Open Mic Live, Mr. Ian Tindell.
Thank you, guys. All right. Everyone have a good Thanksgiving? Yes, all right. We're a bunch of comics. We're like, no, fuck, we're with our families. Guys, I'm not going to do shit up here up front. We've got a lot of people to get through. We have kind of a sold-out show at 8 o'clock, so we need to get through you guys. Right over there is my lamp. I will light you at 2 minutes. Please be off at 3. We want to get through absolutely everyone, so be respectful of your fellow comics. And, yeah, you guys ready to do some shit, work on some shit, come up here and be funny? Yeah? All right. I wasn't funny, but you guys should be. All right. First up to the stage is David, followed by Jerry, and then Ricky. Give it up for David.
Hey, everybody. I was talking on the phone with my mother the other day, and she said that she thinks it's about that time in my life where I should, find a nice girl, settle down, and have, start a family. Then she handed the phone to my dad, and he said he thinks that it would be a good idea for me to start buying ham, because it's a real versatile meat. So that's what my dad said. I was down in Houston one time. I was on my way to go to NASA, gonna go see some spaceships and stuff like that. So I was on my way to that, but before I did, I stopped to get some breakfast at an IHOP. So I stopped at an IHOP, and this waitress there was bragging to me about this waiter that worked at the IHOP in Houston. She said that this guy, Gene, was the most amazing waiter in America. I said, really, what makes Gene so amazing? And she said, he doesn't write down orders, he just memorizes them. So he just memorizes them. I go, oh, that's neat, I guess. And she goes, yeah, just the other day, there was a group of 13 people that came in here. Gene nailed 8 out of 13 of them. So, I don't know if that's I mean, that's a good average, I guess. I don't know. It's not really the point of waitering. I had to put my friend's dog down the other day. You see, this dog had peed on my carpet twice. So the other day it peed on my carpet for a 3rd time, so I had to put it down. So I said, "You are the stupidest mutt! The ugliest, stupidest mutt I have ever seen in my entire life. In fact, you may very well be the dumbest, stupidest, ugliest, God, sorrowful fucking mutt that has ever walked the face of the earth." So yeah, there's a pretty harsh put down. Yeah. Oh, well, it's not. How much time do I have? 1 minute. All right, guys. Do you think that if an ant somehow crawled up into a helicopter and looked down, do you think that he'd think that people look like ants from way high up too? Because if he did, it'd be awful confusing for that little fella. He'd be looking down, he'd be like, oh, look, there's my Uncle Morty. Wait a second, what's Uncle Morty doing in that part of town? Are those fire ants? Oh my God, Uncle Morty, watch out, you're surrounded by fire ants. Oh my God, the fire ants are killing Uncle Morty. And the whole time this ant's freaking out while it's just a human getting brutally murdered. Not an ant at all. Anyway, that's all. Thanks, guys.
All right, guys. Next to the stage will be Jerry, followed by Ricky, and then Matt. And Jerry wanted me to read something for him, so here we go. Hey, Thanksgiving's over, but not for this next turkey. This might have been a mistake, guys, but stay with me. He's my single best friend in the world. We all know each other's secrets, and you're going to gobble him up. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Jerry Ring-a-Ding McDonald. Ring-a-ding-ding.
Okay. Pretty nervous. First time doing stand-up. Wow. Is anybody here on a date? Guess not. What is it with women and ordering salad on dates? I take a girl on a date. I look in her eyes, and instead of dollar signs, I'm seeing string beans. Ring-a-ding-ding. Wow. It's a lot harder than it looks. You know what? Let's try it again. Let's try it. Okay. Ian, could you bring me back up? And we'll try it again. We're gonna try it again. Okay. We're gonna try it again. Ian, can you bring me back up? We're gonna try it again. Okay.
I'm not reading that whole goddamn thing again. Jerry Ring-a-Ding-Ding McDonald.
What's up, guys? How's it going? How's everybody doing? We doing good? All right.
You know, I recently joined OkCupid, online dating site. My screen name's Pregnant and Loving It. My profile picture is just me with a shirtless with a prosthetic tummy, just a little bit of milk just dripping from my nips. Under favorite movies, I put Amadeus, Rooster Cogburn, and Spice World. Favorite music, Willa Ford, Samantha Mumba, and Fishbone. Interests, I put playing my trumpet, smoking ganja out of my trumpet, making love to John Philip Sousa marches, and chewing on batteries. About me, I put, my name's Jerry. I'm an unemployed trumpet player. I live in the utilities closet of the Payless Shoes on Western and Santa Monica with an immigrant named Paco. I enjoy wow. Okay, I'm getting nervous again. Thank you.
Jerry can be seen 5 more times on this stage tonight, guys, so watch out for that. Next on the stage is Ricky, followed by Matt, and then Luke. Give it up for Ricky.
I never know if you're serious or not. I hope you're not. What's up, everybody? All right, we're doing great. So I have a note, yeah, because she she's taking pictures with my phone. So I'm from Israel, right? And I just want to start with that I have no manners. So excuse me, really. I know you guys, some of you know me, and I truly apologize if I hurt you, just because that's who I am. I'm stuck with that, okay? It's my problem. Anyway, so I moved here from Israel like 2 years ago. Any Israelis in the crowd? Yeah. No, good. Kind of sick of us. And yeah, thanks. But I really like Los Angeles. I love everything about Los Angeles. Everybody wants to be somebody, right? So you want to be a star, you want to be a supermodel. In Israel, we just want to be alive. And we do appreciate like everything since coming from Israel. Like literally, I appreciate like fresh air, you know, running water, big dick. You know, it is what it is. And there's some fucking rumor going on that I have camels in my backyard. If I ever find this guy ever started that rumor, I swear to God, I'll fucking kill him, smash him in the face. I don't have camels in my backyard, okay? I have missiles. I love the giggle. I love the giggle on open mic. It's really fun. Yeah, so this is what I just came out. Since, you know, Santa's in town and everything, so this is my my religious joke. So it's so hard to become a Jew. I don't know if you guys notice how hard it is to convert if you want to be Jewish. And you gotta apply, the rabbi gotta like confirm, like you have to do a bunch of shit. It's like $1,000 application fee, you gotta learn, it's like a whole college degree. You know, and it's so different from turning a Christian, because all you gotta do to become a Christian is take a bath. That's all you gotta do. And you know, it's a process for 3 years, and I'm a Jew, and let me tell you now, it's not worth it. So in fact, I think I'm gonna take that bath myself. Fuck being a Jew. I want to celebrate Christmas. I want to eat a burger with cheese. I want to eat I want to speak English. Shit. Oh my God. I just want to fuck black dudes without feeling guilty. Thanks so much. That was very short. Good night and happy holidays.
All right, excellent. Next up to the stage, Matt, followed by Luke, and then Anthony. Give it up for Matt.
Hi, how we doing, people? Yes, that's crowd work. That's crowd work at an open mic. I can do this. Yes, getting the feng shui correct. Holidays, we had them, right? Holidays are good. Yes, correct. Excellent. Yeah, I did. Went to Palm Springs with my my cousin, who's my age, and three little kids, all girls, like 3 years, 3, 2, and 1, and her husband. It was a 2-hour drive down there, and they are really into Christian music. And it's so like the whole time I was there, the whole ride out there, that was probably the most torturous part of it. I really don't know what has killed more musical talent, you know, Christian music producers or heroin. But that was my challenge, and there's just like little shit machines in the back. It was disgusting, you know. After a while, I just wanted an iPod with buds for my ears and my nose. Yes, thank you. That was that routine. It's just so weird because that's all it was like Christian music that was geared to 3-year-olds and younger, and it was just. I mean, they were never like the really hardcore rocking people. They used to listen to like Jimmy Eat World and, you know, Creed and that kind of stuff. And I was like begging for that to come on the CD. You know what I mean? That's how bad I hated the Christian music. I was just, and there we go. I hate Christian music. Thank you. That's my one-man play called I Hate Christian Music, performed by Matt Lewis. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yes, there we go. Oh, I messed up. It was supposed to be My Chemical Romance and Maroon 5. But I like this time of the year. I like football. Yeah, I'm sure we got some football fans in the room. Yeah, there we go. Getting you on my side again. That's what we're doing. Getting you on my side. I like the NFL commercials. I like the beer commercials. They always try to sprinkle in one designated driver commercial. You know, it's just like know when to say when. You know, it's not worth it for that last drink. But I mean, like if you're the designated driver, like all you did was get home. You didn't like win anything. What they need to do is like show some motivation to be the DD. I mean, like show the guy who's sober and leaves the party early while the 3 guys are like puking in the alley by the valet, and he's getting roadhead from the chick they God. From the chick they spent $40 on Jaeger shots for. Okay, that's one I can probably work out a little bit, you know? I can do that. I can work this out. I can admit it. I take this to the next level, guys. You know what I'm talking about? I use Gmail. It's like what 50 Cent uses. That's what I'm talking about. Next level. We're going to go real with this stuff. People ask me, why do I smoke a lot of cigarettes? Because I buy a lot of cigarettes. Next level. That's where we're going. All right, has that been 3? Close enough? I have 20 seconds. Something really hot and funny. Kill it. I am trying to. Thank you for the encouragement, Bronston. And that was it. Thank you very much.
All right, next to the stage, Luke, followed by Anthony, and then Joseph. Give it up for Luke.
Oh, shit, I've hit a new low, ladies and gentlemen. I've hit a new low. I've been doing a lot of open mics, and you get the light, little phone, or like get a lamp. But I was doing one, and they had a real light up in the rafters. Long story short, I missed the light. They turned the lights off on me and drug me off stage. But that's not the low point. The comic before me in a robot suit said, "Tough break." The comic in a robot suit said, "Tough break." God, I'm hitting lows. But you know what, I need one of those like celebrity stories, you know, or like a famous person, like everybody has those, little conversational piece, like, hey, I saw Gene Garofalo or whatever, or Moby at the coffee shop. I don't have one of these stories. But I did see one of my childhood heroes. I saw Macho Man Randy Savage on a Harley Davidson breastfeeding a brand new child. Yeah, fucking A. And I went to go meet him, and I realized that it's an obese lady on a motorized walking scooter letting her baby eat chip crumbs off her chest. Fucking bummer. This close for the story. I got heckled for telling that joke once by a nerd comic or an alternative comic. I don't know, they all look the same to me. He came up the stage and he's all, there's some inaccuracies with your joke. Bear with me because all nerds sound like Woody Allen to me. I'm all, yeah, go for it. What is it, man? Well, Macho Man Randy Savage, he's dead, so it's impossible for you to see him. I'm all right, cool, but you're okay with him riding a Harley Davidson and breastfeeding a baby? Well, yes, men have been known to lactate, so that's very feasible to me. I'm all right, I said something really witty and off the cuff. I think you guys would be proud of me. I said, out of my way, twerp! Out of my way, twerp! I'm Ogre from the Revenge of the Nerds, ladies and gentlemen. Nobody here is going to beat me in a burping contest. I don't see Booger Presley anywhere. Maybe right there. It's not his fault, though. It's not his fault. His mom probably said, the pen is mightier than the sword. Like my mom said, you're not fat, you're just a good eater. I wore a t-shirt in the swimming pool until I was 21, ladies and gentlemen. And I would tell people it's because I didn't want a sunburn. I didn't want a sunburn. I didn't want to. I'm Luke Clements. Thanks so much.
All right, guys. Next up, Anthony, followed by then Joseph, then Ahmed, and then another comic. He didn't give me his name, but he's in a robot suit, so I think we have a lot to look forward to. Give it up for Anthony.
Give it up for Ian, you guys. Busting his ass. I have a dog, and let me tell you why. Because dogs are your best friend, hands down, you know? You're never going to come home to a dog and it's going to be like, why don't you take out the trash? Why don't you do the dishes, you know? Your dog's never going to leave you for your wife, you know? It's like, dog's your best friends hand down, you know? My dog's so happy to see me when I come home, he nearly dies when I open the front door. I open the front door and he's like, oh my God, I can't believe you're here. I can't believe you're here. I'm so glad you're home. Best friend, you know? I could take my dog, throw him through a glass window, and he'll come running back going, high five, do it again, I love you. Best friend, you know? But we take it a little too far with animals nowadays, don't we? We take it a little too far. Like, for example, PetSmart has more clothes than I do in my own closet for dogs, you know? and they're all stylish with pockets, which is insane. Like, you're going to be leaving the house, and the dog's going to be like, oh, shit, we got to go back. Forgot my cell phone. It's crazy, you know? Even Chase Bank has a sign that says, please ask your dog to wait outside on the front door. Please ask your dog to wait outside. This is a point now where I bring my dog inside and go, you know what? He said no. He demands an account just like the rest of us. It's crazy, ridiculous. They have Face Dog now. Check it out, you guys, when you get a chance. Face Dog. It's the Facebook for dogs. What do you do if your dog has more friends than you? Commit suicide? It's crazy. Take it a little too far. Doggy yoga, doggy treadmills, doggy everything, doggy cologne, doggy massage parlors. It's awesome. I want to go to a doggy massage parlor. I won't get turned down going to a dog massage parlor. That'd be awesome. Christmas is coming up, you guys. You guys excited? Yeah. Christmas is awesome and Christmas is terrible at the same time. It's awesome because you get to see family and presents, and it's terrible because you have to listen to Christmas music everywhere you go, which Christmas music is the worst, hands down. You know? It's like, it's never surprising. It's always the same old stuff, you know? Like, I want it to be surprising. Why can't it be original? Like, why can't we have a death metal band going, on the 12th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me blood from a pig? I'd be like, awesome. Originality, finally, you know? Or how about a gangster rap Christmas song? That would be awesome, you know? Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. Y'all little kitties are all up on my shit list. Turtle doves make me totally sick. Now put your lips on this Christmas dick. Ho! Christmas dick, ho! It'd be awesome. That's all I'm asking for, is some originality at Christmas time. God bless you all.
All that is now available on iTunes, guys. Check it out. All right, next up is Joseph, followed by Ahmed, and then Amy. Give it up for Joseph.
On the 12th day of Christmas.
All right. Call back to some other set. My ex-girlfriend is on Face Dog or whatever that is. She's a real bitch, that one. Hey, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Jess Larkin plays, after a lifetime of alcoholism, my father finally quit drinking in 2008. You can applaud that. It's quite an achievement. Coincidentally, my father died in 2008. So. If Bruce Springsteen is the boss, then I fucking quit. So he fucking sucks. I think they call him the boss because going to one of his concerts is like going to fucking work. Clock in 4 hours of a third-rate Bob Dylan, who's just a third-rate Woody Guthrie. Fuck that noise. They call Bob Dylan, fuck that guy too. But they call Bruce Springsteen like a working class man. I got news for you. The average ticket price for a 2009 Bruce Springsteen concert was $63.50. What working man can afford that? Occupy Wall Street! All right. I don't give a fuck. Piss away your money on Bruce Springsteen, you stupid fucks. You dullards. Whenever I say I don't like Bruce Springsteen or the Beatles, people get all up in arms. Oh, why don't you like the Beatles? I don't know, because I don't give a fuck. It's 40 years have gone by since they broke up. A lot of shit's happened since then. Roll with the fucking times, people. We should all just listen to the same 3 fucking things forever? What's the point of this? Worst thing about the Beatles is that they're not all fucking dead yet. At least George and John had the dignity to fucking die. They're also dying in order of likability. Has anyone else noticed that? Ringo's gonna live forever. Curveball! Yes, I was a Paul fan, not a Paul fan. I don't have any more jokes. I'm just gonna rant about Bruce Springsteen forever. Pretty cool Woody Guthrie reference though, right? The only one you'll hear here tonight, or anywhere, ever. Shit, what's a joke I do? One joke. I got time for one joke, probably. Face Dog, everybody. That's the best I could come up with. Oh my! All right. I'm gonna do everybody else's material. Keep it going for this guy. Thanks, guy.
All right, next up, Ahmed, followed by Amy, Dave, and then Bruce Springsteen, but I think that's going to be awkward, so I think we'll cut it. Ahmed, give it up for Ahmed.
Thank you. Oh my God. How you guys doing? Great. How's your days? Days were good, long, fruitful. I was like 4 p.m., 20 minutes into my shower, realizing that I shower so selfishly, like such an asshole. Every day of my life, I need to shower or I don't feel normal. That's ridiculous. I don't think I've worked enough in my life to deserve one shower. Every single day I shower. Let me tell you what I'm doing in there. I'm not cleaning off layers of dirt and sweat from my day in the field. I'm literally washing off soap from yesterday's shower and then putting more soap on and kind of cleaning some cum off my thigh from like earlier that day. That's all I'm doing. I've deserved 0 showers in my life. Maybe after I was born, they needed to like clean my mom's vagina off of me. But after that, seriously, no showers. I'm in there for 20 minutes just like an old man in an elevator, just watching life go by. I don't deserve, like, this is what I did with my day today. I woke up late. I listened to podcasts for about 2 hours, and then I masturbated, and then I called my sister. In that order. That was my day. And then I took a shower. That's ridiculous. All I'm saying is that showers are ridiculous. What's funny, I called my sister after I masturbated. It's like... Well, I don't know, because like, I didn't do that. This is like something I actually did. I don't think that's funnier though, because like... No, because like, it's just too fucked up. Whereas like, you guys have probably all talked to a family member after masturbating earlier that day. You know what I mean? That's like weird, but it's not fucked up because we've all done it. And we all know it. It's like somewhere in the back. You're like, oh yeah, I called my someone after, you know. Come on. Ridiculous, guys. All right, thank you very much.
I feel weird now about the call I got from you the other day. All right, next up, Amy, followed by Dave, and then Kelly. Give it up for Amy.
Sorry about that. I just never talk to any of my family members because I don't like to. But, so I just got the new iPhone, you know, not really bragging about it because my phone was cracked for 2 years and I'm that lazy that I was like, whatever, when the new one comes out, I'll get it. And I've known my whole life that I cannot spell to save my life, you know. Like after my second master's, I was like, spelling's just not my thing. Either is reading, but and now I realize I cannot speak English too well because the other day I was like, directions to the comedy store. Like you talk to the thing and it will listen to you, and it said calling cunt, and then it dialed my phone number when I was asking for directions. So. That made me feel real good, but I'm not ever worried about like my self-esteem, like losing my self-esteem, because my dad's always been really kind to me. Growing up, he's like, you're about a 6, you know, once you open your mouth, you're a 3. So. And it's always weird when girls are like, oh my God, that's so mean, and I'm like, oh my God, it's so sad that you think you're, you know, more than a 5. You know, I don't get it. Stupid. People are stupid. I hate a lot of people. Speaking of, I just went to Mexico, not bragging. I just went to Mexico, and it was amazing, and it took 6 hours to go across the border. You realize people are crazy when they're in your car for 6 hours going a mile, you know? But I loved it. It was like Christmas for me because the only thing I wanted to see was a midget, okay? And it came true. First of all, Sky Mall was invented for someone waiting in line for 6 hours because you can get anything, you know? I got to see a midget with missing a leg in a wheelchair juggling balls. I would buy that shit from Sky Mall in a heartbeat. I also got 4 beers and some Xanax. But, you know, everyone has their Christmas wish list taken care of now in my family. But I don't understand why that term, wetback, is offensive, because beaners work so hard. My housekeeper does not, right? Like, my housekeeper is an idiot. She's a fucking cunt. I wouldn't even, like, make fun of Mexicans for her because she's retarded. The other day I was crying in bed for 2 days and she made my bed with me in it. You know? Do you have that problem with your housekeeper? Lucky. You can have her. She's retarded. She also, I'm also trying to explain to her how to wash my clothes and she doesn't get it. And I was like, oh my gosh, Rose, the whites you keep together, you can't add in one color or else they're not going to be white anymore, you know? The colors will ruin the whites. And, you know, thank you. That's my black boyfriend. And then also I told her, I was like, okay, the blacks, you know, you can't put them in the water or they'll fade. I'm afraid of it. She started doing the rosary and I was like, God's not going to save you. All right, you guys, I'm going to leave you with this thought. Single people, we have abortions, and married people call them miscarriages. God bless, and season's greetings.
Her children's album will be available next May. All right, guys, next to the stage, Dave, followed by Kelly, and then Bronston. Give it up for Dave.
Happy holidays, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving. I'm a little nervous about the holidays and fucking office holiday parties. They make me nervous because somebody complained about me at work for sexual harassment. It's true, it's not funny. Here's what happened. We were at lunch. I have a lot of food allergies. I was talking about my food allergies. I said I'm allergic to peppers, pineapple, and pecans, but there's still a lot of things I can eat that start with a P. Pizza, pasta, vagina. Anyway, I didn't say that part. All I said was things that start with a P, and the guy complained against me. I don't even like guys. He fucking complained against me. They called me down to human resources. All this fucking investigation. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? I told that joke to my nephews. I'm a child molester because this guy's queer for alphabet letters? He gets a Woody Guthrie about the letter P? Thank you. Didn't make any sense. Like, all I said was the letter P. The fucking guy sexually harassed himself. It was a fucking sexual harasturbation. I'm not a sexual harasser. I'm not. The second time I got called to Human Resources for sexual harassment, it was because we were talking about baby bottles, and I said the word nipple. And the same guy complained about me, and I was like, nipple? What the fuck? We were eating chicken breasts. He didn't say shit about that. They said the standard is if you make someone uncomfortable, then that could be sexual harassment. If you use sexy talk like nipples, I made him uncomfortable apparently, and he complained about me. And she said it wasn't sexual harassment. Second time in a row, I got acquitted of sexual harassment. I forgot the hell I was going to tell you about that, but that's okay because I got the light. But I'm not a sexual harasser. And the third time I got called down for sexual harassment, I said to the human resources lady, look, I know you got a lot of questions to ask me. But if you want to get to know me, it's okay, you can just ask me out. Happy holidays, everybody.
Well, I'm really hoping we get a third Woody Guthrie reference up here. Just 2 already, that's amazing. All right, guys, next to the stage, Kelly, followed by Bronston, and then Courtney. Give it up for Kelly.
Hey, is Luke leaving? Okay, Luke just left. Well, I was just going to tell Luke that I had a celebrity sighting at J. Crew yesterday. I was trying on shoes with Lucy Liu, and I sent a text to my gay best friend and said, Lucy Liu's at J. Crew, and my iPhone transcribed it to Lucy Liu's a Jew. Anyway, so I'm a mom, and I know that's really sexy, right? It's a turn on. I have 2 kids. My daughter, Winnie, is 20. My son, Zoot, is 8. I know what you're thinking, that is stellar family planning. But people can be really rude, you know. They'll just come up to me and be like, oh my God, Kelly, was your son an accident? I'm like, what? No, my daughter was. I get it right. I really love my family, and I'm married, which is not funny, but I love being married, and I love my family, and I'm always like, oh, can you guys just go away? 'Cause Mama needs some alone time, okay? Need some me time and some space. But it just seems like right about now, in my life with all my friends, like every week a different friend is getting a divorce, you know? And my son is super sensitive to this. I think he thinks maybe it's gonna happen to him. And he gets, you know, kind of indignant. And the other day, a friend who he knows really well, he heard they're divorcing, and he was like, what? They're quitting? Why are they quitting? I thought you're not supposed to quit. I mean, he's 8, and even he knows it's work, okay? But this one friend of mine, you know, she's like, you know, rediscovering her sexuality and buying vibrators and taking pole dancing classes. And she said to me, she was like, oh my God, Kelly. I mean, now she's always standing like this. Like every time I see her legs are open from pole dancing, she's like, oh my God, Kelly, after divorce sex is so amazing, you can't believe it. It's really the best. No, you don't understand. We do it in the pool, and then we do it in the chairs by the pool, and then we do it on the grass by the chairs by the pool during the day. Okay, that is impossible to compete with, but I am competitive, so I've decided to spice it up with my husband, and the other night, we did it on the couch while we were watching Dancing with the Stars. Wow. And we weren't even T-bowing it, you guys. And Chaz Bono was on, and I love her a lot. So that was a sacrifice. Okay, I have the light. I don't know how long I've had the light. How much time do I have? Okay, so it's not easy being a parent, and I was not a very good breastfeeder, I will confide. I had a very low milk supply, and other mothers make you feel bad enough, but I'm from Wisconsin, the dairy state. So forget about that. My daughter and I are really close, which is nice, and it's probably because, you know, we're so close in age. She's 20. She has a boyfriend who I kind of have a crush on. You know, he's so cute, and he's really smart, and he's like, you know, really, really, really adorable. And the other day he was like, oh, Mrs. Daniels, can I have a glass of water? Like, Matthew, please. You don't have to call me Mrs. Daniels. You can call me Hot. Text me later, because when he's really busy, okay? Yeah, did I mention I'm married? Okay, thanks you guys, I'm Kelly.
Next up, we have Bronston, followed by Courtney, and then Fernando. Give it up for Bronston.
Because one of the things I love about living in LA is that it's always summer. You know what I mean? Like basically you go out to a bar and you see a chick that you've never met before, and you can like see what she's got going on. You know what I mean? You get to know her real quick. She's not wearing a lot of clothes. What I mean by that is like you can see her tattoos. So you know, you look at a chick and you're like, fuck it, I know she likes butterflies when she's drunk. I like butterflies too, honey. I'll tell you this, I saw the worst tattoo. I don't know if it's the worst or just the most inappropriate tattoo I've ever seen on a person. I was at like an outdoor sort of like music concert thing, and there was this chick right in front of me, and she was like tall and long blonde hair, beautiful figure, and like right between her like short shorts and her t-shirt, I could make out a little bit of a tattoo going on, you know, a little tramp stamp, a little ink above the stink, if you know what I'm saying? Fart art. And I was like, dude, this is my in. I need to know what this is. That'll be my conversation starter. If she likes dolphins, I fucking love dolphins too. Let's see this thing, right? So she bends down to pick up her drink, and as she does, it pulls her shorts down, shows me the crack of the most beautiful ass I've ever seen. Lifts her shirt up a little bit, and I see the tattoo, and this is what it was. I couldn't make this up if I wanted to. It was a little J, a little E, a big tall S, a little U, and a little S. Jesus in the shape of a cross. And I just thought to myself, what better way to show your love and devotion to your Lord and Savior But to tattoo his name 4 inches above the Temple of Doom, you know? I'm like, shit, she eats a burrito and like, I don't know, excuse me, he's not gonna cut it. She'd have to do a rosary. I don't know, but I looked at it, I was thinking about it, and like, I'm like, that doesn't look like, it doesn't look like a drunk thing to do. That looks very intentional. This looks like a very intentional, meaningful moment that happened here, and I wonder how it got on her. And I thought, I don't know, maybe her dad did it to her when she was little. Because he's like, nobody's getting creepy on my daughter without feeling guilty about it at least. And I'm like, dude, you have just switched missionary position. I don't know, I was thinking about it. Maybe she actually hooked up with the Son of God, right? He's back there doing his business, and all of a sudden he's like, this one's mine, fellas. Try and follow me now. Stinkmata. All right, everybody, thanks.
Next up, Courtney, then Fernando, and then Leah. Give it up for Courtney.
You fucking promised you would never talk about my Jesus tramp stamp. You know that was from college. It was a darker time then. Okay, I don't know if this has happened yet, but if anyone's commented, I love that I can turn around and just check out my own ass. Is that... I can literally turn my back on myself. Finally, emotionally, always am. Guys, please like me, I need this. Do you guys ever wonder, do you ever think that Little Engine That Could story would be any different if he was on beta blockers? You know, he's always like, I think I can. It's like, shut the fuck up, Little Engine, you gotta know that you can. Why don't you stop being an emotional roller coaster? Because you're a train. You're on flat, even ground. Start acting like an engine, stop being a fucking caboose. No one ever ponders this? Shut up, we gotta get this lumber to Kansas City. We have a nation to build, you guys. Now take one of these. You'll be the little engine that does. I live in a, yay, doing it. I live in a hardcore Jewish neighborhood right down the street. I like to say hardcore instead of orthodox because it's like regular Jews, but more metal. They wear more black. And so I'm a lady. So sometimes, you know, because they're dudes, I'll still get like, you know, like kind of checked out by the Orthodox Jews. And I always wonder whenever that happens if that's like the inciting incident to their own personal coming of age story. Like, the day I fell in love with a Gentile, you know. And then we'll go on to make a musical like West Side Story, but Wasps versus Jews. Yay! Okay. What was the last one else? Succeeding! Oh, guys, you know how, okay, I love how, you know, as comics, we always, like, we'll start jokes like, oh, so the other day, you know, even if it was, like, a joke from a year, like, the thing happened, like, a year ago. But we do it so the audience can feel like we're flawless and just came up with it on the spot, you know? I want to be that comic that doesn't really get it and still uses, like, really outdated things. Like, you know, the other day, you guys, I was having a Crystal Pepsi. What's up with that? The other day, my mom walked in on my brother masturbating. And he was like, what? And she was like, hey, no, the Challenger just crashed. And he was like, this Challenger's crashing. That's the new one that was just on my noggin. Everyone, do well with life. Keep on.
All right, next up, Fernando, followed by Leah, and then Heather. Give it up for Fernando, guys.
What's up, guys? I just moved here from Chicago. That's right. And I'm living with a 21-year-old right now, roommate. And it's annoying because I'm 31, and this person's just discovering life. You know, like we're eating, and she's like, "Are these onions?" Yes, they're onions. Eat them. She was writing poetry the other day in the living room, and she looks at me and she goes, "I love poetry. Through words, I can express my innermost thoughts and feelings." I'm like, "Yeah, I know. That's how words work. Quit telling me shit I know, and pull your own weight around here. You wash a dish, be responsible." I like hip hop. I grew up with Tupac and Biggie, and I miss them like crazy. And it's frustrating because they'd still be here. They'd still be here if they just rapped one thing. Like if just they slid it in there. Cool, like, please don't shoot me. That's it. Don't. Everything I'm saying, I'm just playing. You can even rhyme it. I also like to dance. I wanted to be a b-boy when I was growing up. So when I'm at a club, I dance. Like I love it. And I was at this club and I was, you know, doing my thing. And this girl tried to do the ass to the crotch thing. You know, hey, what's going on here? And I'm like, no. You know. So she's like, are you gay? I'm like, no, I'm not gay. So the whole time she's circling me like, what's going on here? What? I'm like, no. She's like, are you gay? No. Are you sure? No. I just want to dance. Can I just dance, please? I had a rough week. Like this. Like, I need room for that. Yeah, thanks, man. Thanks, bro. But I like, rap makes everything the shit. Like, you can't deny it. Like, you know when you're at a Bed Bath & Beyond and you're hearing that 80s music and it's making your mouth dry and you're like, oh, what? You know if they're playing something like D-O-double-G-Y, D-O-double-G, you see? You'd be like, oh, hell yeah, I'm about to shit out these crock pots. Slavery. Okay, let's get real here. You guys seem like you want to hear some real shit. Okay, when a white guy says it wasn't me, I wasn't there to separate himself from the situation, it's totally valid. Absolutely, you can't blame today's white people for slavery. You can't do that. But if you're gonna say it, if you're gonna say I wasn't there, you got to be 100% just positive that you're not an asshole. Okay? Because assholes used to own people. And when a white guy says, I wasn't there, the implication is, but if I was there. So when you're making your slavery points, can you make a set just, right? All right, guys, thanks a lot.
All right, next up, Leah, followed by Heather, and then GT. Give it up for Leah.
I like to come up right in your face like that. You looked really scared of me. How's it going, everybody? Sweet. Awesome. Oh, man. So I'm from Oklahoma. Like Woody Guthrie. Oh. That's three. Bam. No, you didn't think I could do it, but yeah. But I'm from Oklahoma. It's like super religious there. Like when I was in 8th grade, I was actually peer pressured into accepting Jesus into my heart. Because like everybody went up to the thing and I was like, oh, God, I gotta go too, you know? And here's the thing, like, if you ask somebody to live in your heart, you should really know the person first. Okay, because Jesus, not an ideal tenant, all right? I came in one day to my heart, and there was a cigarette burn on my heart carpet. I was like, Jesus, if you're gonna live in my heart, don't treat it like it's your own personal playground. And also, you owe me heart rent for all of April. I don't care if you were dead for part of it. All right? That's a very smarmy laugh, Ian. That's what it's on. I mean, I'm not like, no, I mean, I trust it. It's just funny to me. Not to any of you. I don't know why I'm talking. Why am I talking? All right. I've been hearing people say, like, older people say that, you know, because we walk around with, like, iPhones and stuff, that we take it for granted. You know, like, we're not impressed enough or amazed enough by the technology that we have. And I can kind of see the point, but I also feel like you have to get used to it at some point, you know, because people aren't still, like, raving about how microwaves work and things like that. And I was just thinking, like, what if you knew a guy that got, like, fascinated every single time he Googled something on his own phone? You know, like he was just like talking and you guys are talking and he's like, wait, how did Bob Marley die? Oh, you know what, I'm gonna look it up. I'm just gonna type it in to Google and then I'm gonna hit search. And oh my God, how did it know what I wanted? I put in the name and a ton of them came up like right away in 1 second. My mind is, whoa. Cancer. It looks like he died of cancer. That's sad. He had that song that I really like. What was that song? We had that. Something about woman. What was that? You know what? I'm just gonna look it up. I'm just gonna type it in here. And I'll hit. Oh my God! What is this? A tiny psychic demon in my hand? Like what the? Oh, no woman, no cry. That's what it is. You know what? I'm gonna download that. I'm gonna download that to my device right now. I'm just gonna hit download and just download it. Oh, it's about there. I'm gonna play it for you guys. I'm gonna play this jam. Oh my God! It's play. What is it? A record player? Where's the chord? I shouldn't have done that last time. All right. Thanks.
I'm all self-conscious about my laugh now. No, that's all right. I guess I'm a smarmy laugher, I suppose. Next to the stage, Heather, followed by GT, and then Joe. Give it up for Heather. I won't smarmy laugh at you.
Hi, you guys. So I just turned 30. Ooh. Wow. I thought you guys would be more surprised by that. So I got another parking ticket today. But this one wasn't my fault. There were like 7 contradictory parking signs where each with different day restrictions and time constraints. They are so confusing. It literally said, no parking from 7 a.m. till midnight unless it's Tuesday and or it's cloudy or your name is Sheila. And the meter maids, they're the worst, where literally they're like vultures just sort of circling around. And being a meter maid probably has to be like the worst job on the planet. One thing you'll never hear being said to a meter maid, good to see you. So this year I was really lucky. I booked my first role on television, which was really exciting. It was for the Fox Comedy Breaking In, and I played Cherise, the intern. You know, I'm just gonna reenact the scene for you guys. Hold on, I just need a moment to get into character. Ew. No. And scene. Thank you. You know, so if I look familiar, you probably just recognize my face. But it was so weird. You know, I got the call from the producer, who's also my boyfriend, and can you believe it? I booked the role. My ew was so much better than all the other girls. But I also have a strained relationship with my mother. Surprise, female comic with a problem with her mom. What? And she'll sort of give me backhanded compliments and kind of sing them at me, and as if no one can tell. Where it's almost like she'll pat my tummy and say, someone needs to go to the gym. Or, you live with your boyfriend without a ring. Or, will you ever make it as an actor? You should definitely have something to fall back on. And you could use some Botox. So, you know, also, I am terrified of the dark. Probably the only girl who prefers the lights on during sex. I still make him close his eyes. I'm scared of the dark. I'm not an idiot. Because my biggest fear is that the lights will be on, he'll see my body, and he'll say, ew, no. Thank you guys, that's my time.
The Uno Girl guy, everyone. Give it up for. All right, next up, GT, followed by Joe, and then Jamar. Give it up for GT.
All right.
When I first came to the United States from Armenia, I couldn't speak one word of English. Not even one word. I couldn't express myself. I had to use my fingers. Until one day, I decided to become like Rocky Balboa.
It's not about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit in balls. Rocky, 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 Rocky. Rocky, 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 Rocky. Adrian. Adrian. Where's Adrian? I'm looking for Adrian. Can't find her. I think she's out cheating with Mayweather. Yeah. Yeah. Man. So. Everybody's all like, what does GT stand for? What the fuck does GT stand for? I'll tell you what GT stands for. It stands for Gangster Tacos. the other day, one girl's all like, where do you get the confidence to come up to me? It's like, where the fuck did you get the confidence to come up to me? It's like, really? Wow. So you think you're that hot yourself, huh? Wow, I thought we were both the same scale. Do you know that I'm a gay magnet? I attract gays like a motherfucker. I have to fight them off. Ugh. Shit. You would love to be in my shoes. You would never complain about not getting laid or not worry about it. Trust me, you would love to be in my shoes. So that light is on. Ding, 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 ding. Rocky, Rocky, Rocky. What was that song? James Brown used to sing. Living in America! Ow! Statue detection! Hand, hand! Living in America! I get the words right on that damn thing. All right. Thanks a lot, guys, man. GT.
All right. Well, guess who gets to follow that? That would be Joe, followed by Jamar, and then Taylor. Give it up for Joe.
Yeah, I also live in America. My name is Joe. I grew up in New Hampshire under the reign of a Middle Eastern father. And I remember, like, he was determined to make our home to this, like, third world country. And, like, I'd walk in, and all I could hear was, like, Hezbollah, Shuaini, Hezbollah! And, like, he always had, like, the Arabic news and TV, and, like, at full volume, there'd be, like, a cauldron boiling on the stove. And I remember, like, a lot of kids grew up watching, like, the Red Sox versus the Yankees. We grew up watching the Villagers versus the government. And then, like, my dad, he was always accusing me of being gay because I wore leather pants. There was a deal at Goodwill, so naturally I bought leather pants. And, but his system was he'd filter through all my clothes and, like, throw out the ones that he thought were making me gay. As if that would, like, cure me. He'd be like, oh, leather pants, so gay. Coat lined with fur, so gay. Satin zebra shirt. This one I keep for Holy War. Or like, I was always getting weird advice from him, too. Like, he'd be like, I'd ask him about, like, work or relationships. He'd be like, Walauk, Joseph. I'd be like, what does that mean? You never taught me. He'd be like, it does not translate. I was like, what? That doesn't help me. So I was always getting advice that didn't translate. And I remember one time we actually went back to the Middle East to visit. And I got there. And the big attraction in this village was they had a foosball table. Like, that was the big payoff on Saturday night, was, like, getting to walk by and see this foosball table. And, like, I remember the villagers were like, yes, it is tiny people playing soccer. And they were like, I remember then one night there was, like, a crowd of, like, 30 people around the foosball table. And it was, like, in this room, in a dingy room with the lights swinging. And at the edge of the crowd, people would be, like, dancing, like, oh, yes, we are so crazy, foosball party. And, like, they'd be, like, dancing around, snapping photos with their Polaroid. All right. I'll silence myself. Thanks, guys.
Next up, give it up for Jamar, followed by Taylor, and then Pete.
Right. Oh, that shit look gangster in the motherfucker. I knew it was gonna look like that. I knew it was gonna look like that. So I came up here. Yo. Oh shit. Oh fuck this shit, kind of sorta.
Yeah, what's up? How y'all doing? Y'all alright? Yeah, man. Crazy. I got my dick sucked by this girl with braces. The other day. Man, that shit was crazy. 'Cause
Huh? She was 12, actually. Not only was she 12, she sucked my dick so long, she straightened out the curve in it. Because she had braces. It's retarded. Because I like rough sex, you know what I'm saying? Shit, I like getting my pubic hair pulled when I get fucked. Anybody? Just me? Okay. Because I talk a lot about sex. Look, man, this is the truth of the matter, man. The more I don't have sex, the more I talk about it. Is there anybody? So it's like this is 5 months of not fucking. So like next month I'll be fucking somebody on the stage or some shit. All right, let me see. So what's it's like my older brother always said. 1 minute you're eating dinner and the next minute your foster father is fucking your social worker. Anybody heard your foster father ever fuck their social worker before? You ever seen that shit? Whatever gets me out of this house. All he did was come up here and talk about sex. I went to a comic book store to do comedy, and they had X-rated books, and some of the books had gay material in there, and it said you had to be over 18 to read these books. But I'm like, hey man, what if you're under 18, but you have 2 fathers like me? I was like, sir, you can't read those books. I'm like, nah, man, it's cool. My dads do shit like this all the time. Yeah, man, sound effects and everything. Look, pow! Yeah, bang! Ouch! Yeah, they do shit like that all the fucking time. Man, what's up with these crazy women? What's up with that? This chick asked me, I asked her, I was like, hey, what do you do for a living? What do you do for a living? And she was like, oh, I'm a mommy. And I was like, a mommy? I was like, oh, okay, cool. And she's like, what do you do for a living? And I was like, oh, I'm an uncle. I'm a cousin. I'm a brother. Actually, I'm a brother twice. I'm going in for a raise tomorrow. Bitch, how do you make money? Talk to me. You can make money. She said, I'm a stripper. I said, you're crazy. She said, yes, I am. And she set her left titty on fire. And then blew it out. And said, happy birthday to me. I'm never getting booked here. All right, that's my time. My name's Martin.
Next up, shit, I'll pick that up. Next up, Taylor, followed by Pete, and then Aranza. Give it up for Taylor.
Yeah, Aranza.
Doing things by myself, guys. I'm adulting. Hey, guys. Hey. Hey, you guys ever try to dress cute just to make up for your shitty personality? No, just me. Like I'm usually kind of scrubby, but if you ever see me like this, it's because I'm being an asshole inside. Yeah. You ever go feed your meter and pull out like all your nickels and dimes and shit and put it in there and then look at the time and you're like, hopefully I'll be dead by then. Tomorrow you don't have a car. Or the bus, I don't know, comics if that's what we're dealing with here. Great. Hey guys, men, you ever, ladies, how about let's start with this. Ever guys ever come up to you at open mics and they're like, hey, are you a comic? And you're like, no, I'm just here trying to find a rich man. Has that ever happened? One with like a bus pass. That's what happens to me, guys. I had a great Thanksgiving. Anyone else? Oh, yay. Mazel. So I went out of town and hung out with some like rednecks, like they were like relatives, I guess. And it was like a really weird, gross area up in like Northern California by Sacramento where it was like farms and shit. So I had to take a break from the family and I went on a little walk to the closest liquor store, which was a few miles away. And my biggest fear though, because it was a really shady area, the whole time wasn't that I was gonna get raped and murdered. It's that I had just bought candy and I was holding it and I was scared to death that I was gonna get raped and murdered and everyone's gonna think I fell for the candy. Yeah. Are you known as dumb in your family? Oh, they love you. They love you, okay. And then when I was 15, Thanksgiving at 15, I had my first real boyfriend. Had him over for a family dinner. Thank you. Yeah, I had a boyfriend at 15. Thanks. Jamar, how old were you when you got your first real boyfriend? 6. Oh, your uncle? That doesn't count.
Still a boy.
Oh, okay. Hey, I learned at a young age that you can get anything you want by putting out. Yeah. So my uncle always took me to Disneyland. Never forget those teacup rides. Those were great. Like now, like it's weird. Like even just the thought of tea, like gets me excited. Like walking to Coffee Bean and Tea Leaf and I'm wet. Like that's weird. That's gross. I don't know what happened there. Hey guys, I always wanted to wait for marriage though to have sex. That was always the goal, to wait. But then I realized you never know when you're gonna die. I would hate to die a virgin and go to heaven and become one of the 72 that the Muslims get. That deserves more than that. But I'll take it from you since you work at Chase Bank. Thank you.
All right, next to the stage, give it up for Pete, followed by Ronson and Maurice. Pete.
Guys, stand-up is hard. I don't think any of us need to prove that anymore tonight, so that's okay. I'll hopefully try to put a stop to that. I love the fact that I do this, but it has hit me recently that I'm not really ever going to make it as a stand-up. I mean, my parents fucking loved me. Absolutely loved me. So I know where I'm headed, and that's okay. I'm all right with that. I love the fact that this is one of those things that we can do where, comedy, like, how do we get better? How do we improve as stand-ups? We learn by bombing, right? Like, we get up here in front of a lot of people and we do horrible publicly, feel humiliated, we go back, we take from that, we build, we learn from that. I'd be fine with that. I'm just tired of people coming up after my shows being like, Pete, it looks like you really learned a lot tonight, man. Really? I didn't actually think it went that bad. No, trust me, man, you learned hard. All right. My other problem is that really my life is kind of too happy at this point to make it up here. I don't have anything to complain about. I'm a white, married, happily married homeowner. I don't really. I thank you for all your taxes. I evade them. I'm really grateful for the rest of you for paying them for me. But I really don't have anything else to complain about. I heard this one comic a couple months ago talk about how he went on a date with a girl who had a glass eye, and he had this great set off that, and he scored so much off that. And I thought, man, I'm stuck with this fucking two-eyed wife. I'm not getting anywhere with this. I've been traveling enough to I started to realize on the road, an urban crowd will turn on you the second you don't show confidence on stage. You have to be fearless. The weird thing is that the hipster crowds will turn on you the second you do show confidence on stage. I'm trying to find that balance, know where you're headed. My last thought real quick, how much? 30 seconds. All right. My last thought real quick was just that I love that we can stand up here and tell jokes. I can say something and you think it's funny and you might get offended, and it's one joke. And I think that's amazing that it shows the power to be offended is not up here, the guy who has the microphone, it's who's actually receiving the messages in us. And I think that's really cool. It just shows that you can't give that power away. It's how you internalize it. So before I leave, I'm just gonna say, fuck some of you. All right, thanks guys. I've really learned a lot, so thank you.
Next up, we have Aranza, followed by Maurice, and then Ross. Give it up for Aranza.
Thanks, guys. So I'm from Seattle, and I came to LA not for the comedy, for one reason and one reason only, for the thugs. Yes, I'm keeping it real right now, but nobody warned me about fake thugs. They're all on the streets. There's fake thugs out there, and I was dating this fake thug. I knew he was fake because he had his own language. He called it yak-yawking. It was like Pig's Latin, a ghetto version of Pig's Latin, where he put a Y before every word. So he'd be like, yo, yigga. That's like a Pig's Latin word. So hello would be like, yellow, So if I needed some money, he'd be like, you need some yeti to get your yell shit, yeti? I'm like, yeah, yeti, that's good. We'd be talking, I'd taking that effort. I'd go into class I got the answer. I thought it was some real things going on, It was so messed up. We ended up, one time we got into a fight, and every time like the fight would turn over to his way, like he'd be like, yeah, how the Yables is yearning. Ooh, yeah, how the Yables just yearn on you. It was like, every time. And like one time we were in the car, and he sold weed, so we'd be in the car driving. And one time like the police came, was like, I think they got us. I was like, man, stop making a scene. So one time we broke up at a 7-Eleven station. And we were like arguing, going crazy. He was like, yuck you. I was like, yuck you, you got you. He was like, yo, you yeet, not yeet. I was like, no. And everybody in the whole 7-Eleven was so confused. Everybody was like, God, what are these black people doing? Jesus. Well, they really do need to set their game up. And I was realizing, like, it's crazy because, like, I love ratchet, like, guys so much that if we were back in slavery times, I would have dated, like, the worst slave. He was like, I don't know what these other slaves is complaining about. I think picking cotton is fine. You know, we doing good things. Why do they want to learn how to read? Cotton picking is a great old thing to me. You know what I'm saying? Okay. I'm working on the ratchet slave. I would date a ratchet slave. He'd probably be like the slave that didn't want to learn how to read, the slave that just like didn't, was happy to be in America. You know what I mean? Like, what is Frederick Douglass over there with his books? We gonna be fine as slaves, mama. We gonna be fine just in the South. Okay, guys. All right, guys, that's my time. Keep it going.
Next, we have Maurice, followed by Ross, and then Jessica. All right, give it up for Maurice.
Yeah, man, I'm talking about my dad. Yeah, I grew up in like my dad always looked at me like I was the odd kid. Like he always wondered what was wrong with me. Like it was something that wasn't right with me. Like an example was when I was little and the subpoena guy came to the house to serve my dad some papers. So he knocked on the door, I answered the door. He's like, is Alfred Spears home right now? I'm like, yeah, my dad's home. I'm like, Dad, there's somebody at the door for you. My dad's like on the side doing this. I'm like, what was that, Dad? What did you say, Dad? So I told him, like, hey, just a second, man. My dad's trying to call me. I think he probably gonna tell me to sign the papers for him or something like that. Let me go get my dad. I was like, oh, what was that, Dad? What was that? My dad was like, damn, Dad, you just told him I was here, son. Hi. What are you doing? I just told the dude I was gonna sign the papers or something. Son, sit down, son. Just sit down. I'll take care of it. And he just walked up to the guy, man. That's all I got on there right there. That's all I have on there. Yeah, a lot of people, a lot of y'all talking about slavery. Like, cause like, when politicians get caught talking on the microphone and they may say something they intend other people to hear. Like they'll just say something on the microphone and like, oh, did he really say that? So let's imagine in the 1800s, it's Thomas Jefferson, and somebody asked Thomas Jefferson like, hey, what do you think about that blonde blue hair bitch right there? Yeah. That's what you like, Thomas Jefferson? Oh yeah, I love that shit right there. Then you have to go on. Then they found out about him, man. You have to tell everybody about it. He's like, oh man, I'd like to apologize, man. I had evil thoughts in my mind. I like to apologize to my mom, my family, my wife. I'm sorry, baby, but your booty's just not as big as that. Her booty's just jiggles, man. I apologize, baby. This is when she bends down to pick up that cotton and that booty just be calling me, baby, I'm sorry. I want to go to rehab and hopefully I can be better when I get out. And that's my time, y'all. Thank you.
All right, next, Ross, followed by Jessica, and then Melanie. Give it up for Ross.
Yeah, Ross! Yeah. Brooklyn! What's up, man? Brooklyn in the building. Ladies, out! Yeah, I don't think you're ready for this jelly. What? Yo, why only all the rest of us black comics gotta wait till the end of the show to get up? What the fuck, man? That's so fucked up. Shit, Brooklyn in the building. Why do some people think it's okay to clip their nails on the subway? nasty. And what other kind of grooming habits are they taking advantage of on public transportation? All right? I could have sworn I saw this chick getting a fucking Brazilian wax on a red line the other day. At least she wasn't getting bejazzled. But y'all motherfuckers don't know what bejazzle is. Basically where a woman decorates around her naughty bits with like Swarovski crystals. How much activity are you getting down there that warrants you to be all creative and decorative with that shit? I want to fuck a pussy, not a chandelier. Fuck, man. It's crazy. You guys ever wonder if somewhere out there there's a hip-hop MC who doesn't know when to turn it off? Like, he'll be at a blind date with a chick. He'll be like, are you having a good time at dinner tonight? Let me hear you say, yeah. I said, are you having a good first dinner date with me tonight? Let me hear you say, yeah. A lot of mercy. Just come out with that, like, lot of mercy. Bye-bye. You know what I'm saying? And why am I always throwing my hands in the air and waving them like I just don't care? Why can't I just keep my hands in my pocket? What if I do care? I don't know. Why do people look at me and say yabba dabba doo? Trying to figure that one out. I don't know. Is it weird that I'm doing kegels right now? Just do some kegels. Is it gay to think of yourself when you jerk off? Because, I mean, I got everything I like, you know, big titties and fat ass, back hair. Whenever I see a fat person eating a salad, I feel like I call them on the day they're starting a diet. Yeah, because that's going to last. You know, husky tub of butter. I don't know. You make eye contact with a stranger and now you're locked in the game of stare. You're just like staring, she's staring, I'm staring. Top it off, they're ugly and now she thinks you're checking her out and shit. I got locked in the game of stare with this chick the other day. Like 30 seconds, I'm looking at her, she's looking at me, I'm looking at her. Finally, she's like, what the fuck are you looking at? I'm thinking, yo, I thought we was vibing, like. And then I realized at that moment for her, I was the ugly chick. It's fucked up, yo. All right, man, my name's Ross. Thanks for your time, peace. Peace in the ass crease.
All right, I feel weird about this poll now. All right, next up, Jessica, followed by Melanie, and then Emmy. Give it up for Jessica.
What's up, guys? So, what's up with racism? Right? Yeah, next joke. Yeah, sometimes I just get, I feel like there's a lot of like political correctness going on here that kind of gets a little crazy. I was looking for my friend, I was like, hey, have you seen Ty? A black guy, big fro. And this woman's like, that is so racist, shh. I'm like, I'm sorry, I didn't know I was fucking your brother, you know? You know, people are real sensitive, you know? Like, be careful what you say, be careful. Like, racism only becomes like a thing if you're like acting out it, like lynching people in your backyard, you know what I'm saying? Like, some things are true. You know, white people like order online, they keep their kids on leashes, they scrapbook, you know? It's like, honey, can we get those stitches back? I'm gonna put them in my scrapbook. Yeah. Can you imagine if like a black person was like that? You know, like, dude, dog, you've been bleeding, man. Come over here, bleed on my scrapbook, man. That's the day you got shut up. Yeah. I mean, that would be weird, right? It's like black people are the only people that like do time for a parking ticket. You know? Like my boyfriend, he was like, oh, yo, baby, you almost dropped me out to jail. You know, I'm going to take this little ticket right here. Girl, too real. Going to pick me up on Tuesday. That's just $3, girl. You know? When no white person's going to do that, they're going to, like, call every relative. Aunt Linda? Oh, God. Aunt Linda. Hello? Hello? Yaya? Hello? I know you have kids. I need $250. Oh, God. You know, like the Mexicans are gonna like pick up extra shifts at Home Depot. Hello? You need a dog house? Cause I am in one. Okay? Oh, my butt. Oh, God, I love you. You know? So like there's just, people are so, like all scared. I'm Greek, you know? I don't know, too, it's weird, like, you know, minorities a lot, they're like, you don't understand, you're white. I'm like, okay. Fine, yeah, people don't triple click their car lock when I walk by. You know? But they feel free to come up and talk to me at any point. You know? People like just find out that I'm Greek, you know, because I look kind of white. They're like, what is she? Pocahontas? Oh, you're Greek!
Then it's like I'm some type of culinary expert, you know? They come up like they're telling me a secret at any time of day. I love baklava. It's not like I have a lamb circling in my apartment, you know? Yeah. Get away from the quilts. Oh. It'd be weird if you did that to a black person, though, you know? My God, you're black? I love Tupac. Man, how did he die? 3 bullets, right? Hand, heart, hip. Oh, man, you lost a good one. Oh. All right, guys, thank you. Woo.
All right, guys. Next 3 are Melanie, Emmy, and Dennis. Anyone here who hasn't gotten on the list yet? Get on the list. We'll get you up. All right, give it up for Melanie.
Yeah! Go Melanie!
Hi, Jamar. What's going on? You know, what we do. I like to talk about it sometimes too. I'm not very good at it, but I try. I do, you know. Like a guy like that walks in, I'm like, what's up, playa? Because they like being called that. I'm a faker, sorry. But I figured this out. I'm in a good point in time in my life because I am probably one of the happiest people. And I'm really happy because I live with my grandmother. I moved in with her a couple years ago and things couldn't be better. I mean it. She makes me oatmeal every single morning and I never have to wash a dish. But she's so cute. I love living with her, but she's not so cool about that. Because I've asked her, I said, Grandma, do you like living with me? And she said, yes, because you pay rent and you're never home. But I know that she still loves me, and she's so cute that she walks around the house like this. And when she wants to talk to you, she doesn't turn to talk to you because she's too old and tired for that. She just turns her head. I don't know why you can't find a good man to marry you. But she's cute, and I have a whole list up for that, but I don't want to talk about all that today. Actually, this is the first time I'm going to talk about my gay uncle, because he moved in with us a little while ago. And I'm starting to realize that she's not come to terms with this gay uncle thing, you know, or the gay son. She's always staring at him, and I can tell her wheels are turning, like, when did he decide to become gay? All the time. But she treats him differently than she treats me, and I feel like she's taking that on him. For instance, when she talks to him, her voice completely changes. And she stands at the base of the stairs, and she yells out, Raymond! Raymond! Make sure you bleach the sink! He's like the Cinderella of the house. I mean it. But we have this discussion, and I don't really feel that bad for him, because instead of saying, like, okay, Mom, later, he's like, okay, Mom, because he's so gay about it. It's like, okay, go ahead and be that. You can be the Cinderella of the house. And I actually wrote a song for him just in case he ever feels bad for it. I'm going to sing it to you, because I don't care that he's gay. You know, you just be yourself. And it's okay if you're gay, you use your mouth more when you're gay, you use your wrists more when you're gay. It's okay to be gay, Uncle Ray. That's his name. That's true. And honestly, I'm not too worried about my life.
Yeah, 30 seconds.
I have 30 seconds. I'm really not worried about him being gay, I'm more worried about the heroin. I know that there's evidence of that, but he spends like hours upon hours in his room. And nobody thought for that long. I think he's using heroin. All right. That's it.
All right, guys. Our last 3 comics. Here we are. First up is Dennis, Emmy, followed by Dennis, and then Valentino. Give it up for Emmy. Or not. Emmy's gone. All right, fuck Emmy. Let's go. Give it up for Dennis.
I'm gonna do some stool down comedy. I'm not gonna do any stand up. I don't know why they call it stand up, where there's always a stool on stage. I never got that. To answer Jessica's question about why black people are always going last on here, because Webland, there is a sign up at 5:15 and no black people show up on time for that. And the last 2 people of the show are black. So we are headliners. That's what we are. We are headliners. All right, get a couple of jokes in. This new joke I'm working out. Somebody asked me why did I want to do comedy for a living. I said, of course, I want to be rich. But I want to be rich for different reasons. I want to be so rich, I want to buy people yeses. You know? I want to go up to girls like, hey, want to have sex? Give you $1,000. I'm not a prostitute. What about for $1 million? Shit like that. Like go up to homeless people, hey, want to take a bath? I give you $20. No. How about 1 mil? I don't know where that joke is going, but I just like the idea of the joke, so I'll finish it later. On the way up here, this woman asked me if she can bum a cigarette from me, and I didn't know bum was the new polite word for begging, so I had to give it to her. I was like, yeah, sure, but is it alright if I bum some pussy from you? How about a little bit of head? Can I bum just a little bit of head? We got a crazy way of using words. Like the word insufficient. I see that word all the time when I go to my ATM. But I haven't used it in a sentence yet. You know, I haven't been on the phone like, hey, I was going to go to the beach, but we had insufficient sun. You know, I thought it was going to be 60 degrees. It was only 59. I couldn't even go that. Or the word ajar. How, you know how you're in your car and the door's open, it says door ajar, door ajar. It never says the door is open. I have used that word though. I called this girl up. I was like, hey, I'm on my way over. Make sure you have those legs ajar when I get there. She got all smart. She's like, just don't bring no insufficient dick, and we'll be okay. All right, everybody, I'm Dennis Lavin.
All right, give it up for your last comic of the night, guys, Valentino.
Only been doing comedy for 2 weeks and I'm already headlining places. Man, that is what's up right here, man. So I want to talk about some random stuff. Like today I was reading a newspaper. A dude in Seattle gave a Seattle Sears back $100 because he stole something from them 60 years ago. Can you imagine that being a black person? I mean, I would go to death, but that's $100. I would never pay back anything. I don't know. I was random thought. I was riding with this Caucasian brother on the way here, and I noticed that when a white person have a black person in the car, they automatically feel like it's necessary for them to turn on rap music. Like, seriously, we got in the car, like, he had on, like, some Maroon 5, like, All-American Reject kind of music, and all of a sudden he just turned on J. Cole. I was like, what the fuck? This is my jam, but damn, I want to listen to that too. I don't know, some random stuff I was thinking. Oh, man. So I'm on a vegan diet. Try to find a fat person with the vegetables and all that crap that you were saying earlier. But yeah, I'm on a vegan diet. And it's hard because I live next door to a Popeye's chicken. A lot of y'all not saying nothing, but me being an African-American male, staying next door to a Popeye's chicken joint, me being raised on nothing but chicken, is hard because they have these specials there. Like you get a 2-for-1 special like on Tuesdays, which is today. You can get 2 pieces of meat for $1. Do y'all know how tempting that is? Man, that is so tempting. It makes this vegan thing not even worth it sometimes, but I try to stick with it because I'm trying to be an actor. In this Hollywood world, you gotta be skinny, I guess. I'm not sure. But I can't stand vegetarians because I feel if you're gonna do something, you gotta go all the way out and do it. You know, like vegetarians believe that it's okay to eat fish because they say fish doesn't have like fur or it doesn't really have eyebrows or whatever the pussy doesn't have that other animals do. But a fish has scales. And I don't know about you, but scales have been a problem in my whole life. Every time I step on one, it's always turned into a problem. Yep, and I'm going to go ahead and leave you out with that one. My name is Valentino. Thanks, man.
All right, guys, that is it. That is the last comic of the night. Thank you so much for coming. And that's it for us for the rest of the year. We'll be back in January. Check the Comedy Bureau. Whenever we're up again, we'll be on there. Have a good night, guys, and happy holidays to you.